Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
My children, and we're fighting for their future so they have the same opportunities that I was provided.
Hey Adam, what did the police and bylaw officer say to you?
They were all very respectful. They made sure that they took a look through, and I'm a little overwhelmed right now, brother. They made sure they took a look at the different rules that we're supposed to be complying with. They found that we were in non-compliance of people eating inside. Everything else was good. We're contact tracing. We have the signs posted so that the customers maintain social distancing, but it looks like there's a little bit of civil disobedience happening today. They decided not to enforce that, and it sure isn't my job as a guy who cooks brisket to enforce government regulations.
Adam, do you think you're a catalyst for so many other businesses in the same position you are, with your backs up against the wall, just trying to earn a livelihood, that they will look upon what you've done today and they will also open up in civil disobedience?
Of course, I know I'm going to be the catalyst for this. When everybody stands up and says enough is enough, that's when we're going to see this end.
And what is the ostensible policy reason in the first place of shutting down a little mom-pa operator like you, and yet the Costco's, the Walmarts, the Loblawses of the world, they get to open? It seems to be a double standard, doesn't it?
Don't ask me, man. How am I supposed to know? I don't make policy. I'm just supposed to enforce it at my restaurant. I don't know why that's happening, but it doesn't feel right to me, and I know there's a lot of other people it doesn't feel right to them either.
Well, I'm looking at this lineup, Adam. How soon are you going to run out of food?
If we haven't sold out of some meats already, I'm sure we're going to very soon. We had a lot of support today. We have some freedom-loving patriots that are here to support. I'm sure we'll be out of food in no time.
And no fines so far, right?
No, sir. Not a single fine issued today to my business, myself, or anybody who came here to support.
What does it feel like to put defiance on the menu?
Fucking amazing, bro.
Meet Adam Skelly, owner of Adamson Barbecue and a rebel with a cause. And that cause is simply trying to stay in business in order to support his young family, despite various levels of government that are trying to put this entrepreneur out of business. Yeah, and they say we're all in this together, eh? What a joke. In any event, here's what some of you had to say about a restaurateur who has decided that he's not going to take it anymore. Tara's Garden writes, "The more people who stand up, the less the government can do about it." I agree, Tara's Garden. It is my fervent hope that other entrepreneurs will look at what Adam Skelly has done and decide that they too shall follow suit. That sort of critical mass will really send a message to Premier Doug Ontario Open for Business Ford. Besides, what are the authorities going to do? Ticket and jail every rule breaker in the entire retail sector? Baron Villanova writes, "Government workers should not get paid if the public is not allowed to work." Huh, are you kidding, Baron? Because there's one surefire cure from being economically affected by the Wuhan virus, and it's this: just become a unionized public sector worker. You are safe and untouchable. Zybernator63 writes, "After watching this Truth in Journalism tonight, I'm a proud Canadian. Way to go, patriots. United we stand, divided we fall." Well, my friend, I can tell you this. With few exceptions, the mainstream media party was definitely not on the side of Mr. Skelly. In fact, they were critical of the government not shutting him down faster. But then again, most of the media party receives government subsidies to stay afloat, so they are kind of like public sector workers in that regard. Shameful. I mean, whatever happened to the old journalistic mantra of comfort the afflicted and afflict the comfortable? It's kind of the opposite these days, with the hacks working at the Toronto Star and the CBC, etc. Kyle Zoldi writes, "This is 100% an attack on independent businesses in order to make everyone dependent on the state." It sure feels that way. And what about the double standard of who gets to open and who does not? Just 400 meters away from Adamson Barbecue, there is a Costco. And when we visited that Costco, it was jam-packed. Gee, I guess the Wuhan virus gives a pass to big box store shoppers, but it really hates small operators? Who knew? And Creepy Little Girl writes, let's have a worldwide Defy the Lockdowns movement. Great idea, Greta. Oh, I mean, Creepy Little Girl. And let's start that movement ASAP while there are still businesses out there that actually have a fighting chance. Hey folks, if you can, please go to journalistdefensefund.com. If you're able to, make a donation. Sometimes we have lawyers to pay, other times it's bodyguards, but it's worth it when it comes to bringing you the other side of the story.